Welcome back to the channel. Well, looky what we got here. Foreign interference back in the news again. This report on screen is what's causing a big fuss these days. Potential foreign interference in our elections, blackmailing our politicians, controlling our media. It's scary out here in the Great White North. This is the National Security and Intelligence Committee of Parliamentarians' special report on foreign interference in Canada's democratic process and institutions. I'm gonna need some water after that.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of a plastic. Away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles.
So this report's been causing a bit of a fuss, addressing some of the foreign interference with our election and other things. Alleged suspects are China, of course, India, of course, Russia, of course, and Iran. What? No way, Iran. Who would have saw that coming? I did. I made a whole 20-minute video about it. They did note that Russia has taken a bit of a back step, obviously due to the current conflict that they're going through. They're a little too busy to mess around in Canada's business. So that leaves China and India as the top contenders. Now, I made a fair amount of videos on international conflicts that Canada has actually been involved in, and it's not the boots on the ground kind of stuff that you might be thinking of, the normal stuff that like America kind of gets involved in, but rather Canada is in more of a kind of Cold War of sorts. I don't even know if I can even call it a Cold War, to be honest, because I don't really think we're fighting back, at least not in a way that is publicly available. So, we could quite possibly be fighting back, interfering in other nations' business in our own way. We just don't know about it. And I would love if that were true, but I'm not giving us the benefit of the doubt here with our current leadership.
As we've switched from plastic water bottles to paper water bottles or cardboard water bottles, but
I reckon nothing's happening at all, and it's just a bunch of fancy words that really lead to nowhere.
Only a small number of MPs with top secret security clearance can read the original report, and Elizabeth May is one of them.
I found myself looking around at colleagues, wondering who could it be? Who would sell out this country?
Before she read it,
I would describe myself before reading the report as good and freaked out.
But she says she came away reassured.
I can say I have no worries about anyone in the House of Commons.
I call bull. Listen, Elizabeth May, here's what I'm thinking she's thinking, okay? She doesn't want to freak people out, so she's not really going to say anything that's truly crazy or damning. That's kind of one of the caveats of even reading that thing and taking that security clearance, is that you're sort of muzzling yourself after. Now, maybe, giving her the benefit of the doubt, maybe she's saying, or what she's saying is true, and there is no real cause for concern, but then why hide the thing from us? Why redact the crap out of it? Tell us the truth. Don't say it's because of privacy reasons and international consequences or whatever. Like, whatever it is they're going to say at the end of the day. Listen, you have people that work for the government willing to betray us, sell us out. What's in this report? Tell us more. Tell us what else is in here. We should know who they are and the consequences they're going to be facing.
There is no list of MPs who have shown disloyalty to Canada.
She says the report does mention one unnamed former MP who did knowingly give privileged information to a foreign operative.
Give us a name. I demand blood. A blood sacrifice to the Canadian gods. No, but seriously, I want blood.
This individual was entirely aware of the circumstances and was witting. That person, former MP, whose name is not included in the report, should be fully investigated and prosecuted.
May says there is a small group of MPs who may have been compromised by foreign governments, for example, in party nomination races.
I don't understand why stuff like this isn't more heavily talked about in the mainstream media. I try to talk about it on my tiny channel and these videos get suppressed. I don't know for sure what's going on, but for some reason, those ones in particular, and I'm not like a big channel to begin with, so I get, some of my videos just don't do well and some pump up for whatever reason. Those ones in particular do terrible every single time. Maybe I need to find a better way to skirt the algorithm, play around with some of my titling. But regardless, I feel like this is super important for all Canadians. It's our safety. It's our electoral system. It's our democratic way of a life. To me, that pisses me off. That's extremely important. That's a foundation of our country. And of course, the countries that are interfering with that same system seem to be the ones that have terrible human rights violations, corrupt electoral systems. What a coinky-dink. Okay, you all remember this? Boom, the budget, baby, let's go. Because Chapter 7 says protecting Canadians and defending democracy. The first paragraph says, for years, Canada has benefited from the rules-based international order we helped to create, given good fortune of our history and our geography. I said this before, actually. I don't think it was released yet, so maybe I'm saying it for the first time in this video. No, I did say it in the last video, or some video. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I'm saying it now, again, that we might have just gotten lucky with Canada. You know what I mean? Right place or right time. And if we don't defend ourselves appropriately, you could lose democracy and you could lose your first world status. Oh, I think I mentioned this in the India video where like there's too many people coming in. Carrying on giving the good fortune of our history and geography, it would be easy to turn away from the world and leave foreign problems for others to solve. We should have done that long before. It's a little too late now because everyone's kind of using Canada as, you know, a gateway to America. That's what I see anyways, because that's what they really want. They want to take down America. They don't really care that much about Canada. Canada's just a stepping stone that they can use to reach America. And we're so easily bending over these days and spreading our cheeks to allow whatever the foreign actors want. So, you know, they're going to take advantage of us, of course. And that's it. That's pretty much all they say on this matter, by the way. This budget doesn't go into any further detail or what they're actually going to do, how they're actually going to be surveilling other nations to, you know, keep their grubby hands off of Canada. It does talk about increasing the defense budget. They talked about equipping CSIS with more money so they can, like, you know, do more investigations and stuff like that, which, you know, hopefully will reap some reward. But we all know how this government is, and there's a lot of talk and not really any action whatsoever. They do talk about in the budget about, you know, how much better they are than everybody else because we have, you know, abortion rights and climate change concerns and human rights violations are not allowed here or whatever. But to me, again, we're just sitting ducks out here in Canada when our leadership is ill-equipped to protect itself and isn't doing the stuff it needs to do to protect itself. Getting the right kind of technology in which to combat these, to identify these really increasing. I mean, AI is a big thing right now. Let's jump on top of that. They do mention that in this budget. Want to see more of that getting involved because government moves extremely slowly because of the bureaucracy, but it also moves slowly because of just lack of technological advancements. Or not advancements, integration. It's just not using them. They exist already. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more.